We only use 10% of our brain. You've probably heard this before. Humans only use 10% of their brain. If that were true, brain injuries would barely matter. But in real life, even small damage can change speech, memory, movement, or personality. Modern brain scans show we actually use almost every part of our brain, just not all at the same time. Different areas switch on for different jobs. One part handles movement, another processes vision, others manage emotions, decision-making, and even daydreaming. Even when you're resting or scrolling your phone, large brain networks stay active. So where did the 10% myth come from? It likely started over 100 years ago when early scientists couldn't fully explain the function of every brain region and described some areas as silent. That uncertainty was misunderstood and slowly turned into the idea that most of the brain is unused. The truth is, there is no hidden superbrain waiting to be unlocked. You're already using it every day, sometimes just not for the best decisions. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. Cracking your knuckles has been blamed for arthritis for decades, usually right after someone hears that pop and gets scared. But science says that sound isn't your bones grinding. It's gas bubbles forming and collapsing inside the joint fluid. Multiple long-term studies have found no clear link between knuckle cracking and arthritis. In fact, one famous doctor cracked the knuckles of only one hand for over 50 years, and both hands ended up the same. Arthritis is mainly caused by age, genetics, joint injuries, and wear over time, not noisy fingers. That said, cracking your knuckles too aggressively can cause temporary swelling or weaker grip strength, so it may annoy your joints, and definitely everyone around you. Multitasking makes you more productive. Multitasking sounds impressive, but your brain strongly disagrees. Neuroscience shows the brain cannot truly focus on multiple demanding tasks at once. It just switches rapidly between them, and every switch costs time, energy, and accuracy. Brain imaging studies show that multitasking overloads the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for attention and decision-making, leading to more mistakes and slower thinking. People who multitask a lot often feel productive, but tests show they actually perform worse and remember less. Over time, constant task switching can even weaken your ability to focus deeply. So multitasking doesn't make you faster or smarter. It just makes your brain tired while convincing you you're doing more. More sleep is always better. We're told that more sleep is always good, but like most things in biology, balance matters. While too little sleep harms memory, mood, and focus, sleeping far more than your body needs can also be a warning sign. Research links very long sleep durations to fatigue, brain fog, and even higher risks of health problems, not because sleep itself is harmful, but because excessive sleep often signals poor sleep quality, inflammation, or underlying issues. The brain needs enough sleep to repair and reset, but it also needs regular sleep timing and healthy sleep cycles. So the goal isn't as much sleep as possible. It's the right amount of quality sleep for your brain. You must drink 8 glasses of water every day. The idea that everyone needs exactly 8 glasses of water a day sounds scientific, but it's mostly a myth. Hydration needs change based on body size, activity level, climate, and even the foods you eat. Your brain and body are actually very good at regulating water balance through thirst, kidney function, and hormones. Studies show that fluids from food, tea, coffee, and other drinks also count toward hydration. Forcing extra water when you're not thirsty doesn't magically improve health. It mostly just improves how often you visit the bathroom. The real rule is simple. Drink when you're thirsty, and your brain will usually handle the math. Stress is always bad for your health. Stress has a terrible reputation, but not all stress is harmful. Short-term stress activates the brain's alert systems, sharpening focus, improving reaction time, and helping you perform under pressure. This is known as adaptive or good stress, and it's the reason your brain can rise to challenges like exams, deadlines, or emergencies. The real problem is chronic stress that never switches off, keeping stress hormones high for too long. That's when memory, sleep, and immunity start to suffer. So stress isn't the enemy. It's stress without recovery that causes the damage. Brain fog is just laziness. Brain fog isn't laziness, and your brain definitely isn't being dramatic. It's a real state linked to sleep deprivation, stress, inflammation, blood sugar changes, dehydration, and even poor nutrition. When the brain doesn't get enough energy or rest, communication between brain cells slows down, making thinking feel cloudy and effortful. Brain imaging studies show reduced efficiency in attention and memory networks during these states. So when someone says they have brain fog, it's not a lack of motivation. It's the brain asking for support, not criticism. Your brain shuts down when you sleep. Contrary to popular belief, your brain doesn't take a night off when you sleep. It's actually busier than many waking hours. During deep sleep, your brain cleans out waste, consolidates memories, and resets neural connections. REM sleep activates areas responsible for emotion, learning, and dreaming. Even in lighter stages, networks controlling autonomic functions like breathing, heart rate, and body temperature remain active. Sleep isn't a shutdown, it's more like a brain reboot, maintenance mode, and party all at once. Detox teas cleanse toxins from your body. Detox teas promise to flush toxins, but your body already has a detox system that works 24/7, your liver and kidneys. These organs break down and remove waste far more effectively than any tea ever could. Most detox teas work by acting as laxatives or diuretics, meaning they just make you lose water, not toxins. And overuse can actually cause dehydration or electrolyte imbalance. So if a tea could replace your liver, biology textbooks would be very different and much shorter. You lose most of your body heat from your head. You've probably heard this one since childhood. Put on a hat or you'll freeze your brain. The truth? Heat loss depends on exposed skin, clothing, and environment, not just your head. Your head accounts for about 7 to 10% of heat loss under normal conditions, not the majority. This myth likely comes from old military studies where soldiers were bundled up everywhere except the head. So naturally, that's where most heat escaped. So yes, hats keep you warm, but your head isn't some magical escape hatch for all your body heat. Breakfast is the healthiest and most important meal of the day. Breakfast has long been called the most important meal of the day, but science says it depends on the person. Some people feel focused and energized after breakfast, while others function just fine without it. Studies show that skipping breakfast doesn't automatically slow metabolism or cause weight gain. What matters more is total daily nutrition and food quality. For the brain, stable energy comes from balanced meals across the day, not a single morning meal. So breakfast isn't magic. It's optional, not mandatory. Fat makes you fat. Fat has been blamed for weight gain for decades, but body fat doesn't work that way. Gaining weight depends on total calorie balance, hormones, metabolism, and activity level, not just eating fat. In fact, healthy fats are essential for brain function, hormone production, and nutrient absorption. Diets with adequate healthy fats can improve satiety, helping people feel full and eat less overall. Ironically, many low-fat foods add sugar to compensate, which can do far more damage. So fat doesn't automatically make you fat. Overeating calories without balance does.